You are listening to the Life in Attleboro podcast, where we interview the city's most interesting people who are making a positive difference in our community. Hey everyone, I'm the host of the Life in Attleboro podcast, Mike Sullivan. Today I'm speaking with a hardworking mother, wife, and super talented photographer. Her name is Stephanie Weggeman, and she lives right here in Attleboro with her family. Enjoy episode 47 of the Life in Attleboro podcast. Okay, joining me now is Stephanie Weggeman. Stephanie is a wife, a mother, and a very talented family lifestyle and branding photographer, capturing the magical moments, milestones, and memories at every stage of life, but also the very real and authentic moments that mean so much to families. I'm also very honored to say that Stephanie Weggeman Photography is a proud sponsor of the Life in Attleboro podcast. So Stephanie, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule.
Thank you for having me. And thank you for that introduction.
Absolutely. So first question is an easy one. How long have you been married? How many children do you have? And what are their names?
So we're about to be married 10 years in October.
Nice. Congrats.
A big milestone.
Yes, it is.
His name is Hans. And I have a daughter who's 7. Her name is Evie.
Excellent. Congratulations. That is a big milestone. I love it. So how long have you lived in the area?
So coming on 7 years. We moved when my daughter was 2 months. Do not recommend. And if you do, definitely hire movers and I don't know, just take it easy.
Absolutely. When did you know that you wanted to become a photographer? Was there a specific moment or did you just always want to be one when you were younger?
No, I didn't always want to be one. I have always loved photography. I can remember like my favorite gift when I was like 6 years old was this like rectangle pink camera that I carried around to everywhere. But I actually was in tech project management for 12 years. Oh. And about 2 years ago, I started having heart issues related to stress. I wore a heart monitor for a little while. We were able to pinpoint it was pretty much my job. Wow. It's a stressful career.
Yeah.
And I decided one day, you know what? I think I need to leave this. And I planned to take 6 months off and figure out what I was going to do next. So I did that. And a month later, I had a camera in my hand. And 2 months later, I was ramping up a website. So it was one of those, my friends were always asking me to take photos at events. I was always just doing it for fun because I loved it anyways and was like, yeah, maybe I'll do this. I had a friend ask me to photograph a baby shower and was like, I wonder if this is the next thing. And I haven't looked back since. 100% full time since I started.
Wow. Good for you. Thank you for sharing that. I did not know that. So Thank you. Health first always. So good for
Absolutely.
You for recognizing that.
Give me a round of applause.
Yes. Amen. And it seems like it has worked out beautifully. So how long have you owned Stephanie Weggeman Photography? You said 2 years now?
It'll be 2 years this late spring.
Okay. And I was checking out your website, which is absolutely amazing, by the way. And I noticed a few fun facts that I want you to expand on. First, you love to read. So what are you reading right now? And name a book that you'd suggest for the listeners of the Life in Attleboro podcast.
Okay. So I run a book club and we just finished God of the Woods. It's a good mystery, but it's a little spooky and has some themes like about children that may not be everyone's cup of tea. I just finished it, but maybe 3.5 out of 5. But I would recommend First Lie Wins. I believe it's by Ashley Elston. And that's a great mystery. It's fun. They don't have those spooky themes. So I would recommend that for sure.
Can you send me the links to those so I can include them in the show notes of the episode for people to check out? Awesome. Thank you. Number 2, you have a master's degree. What is it and why did you choose that field?
Library and Information Science. A crazy one. I love to help people. Most people think that library and information science is you're just obsessed with books. But the thing is, being a librarian is mostly about helping people. It's about answering questions and doing research and helping people learn how to do research in a way that's helpful, that doesn't just send them to Wikipedia. And I loved that. I loved the whole academic track of it. I worked at Dedham Public Library for about 2 years. I was the technology manager there and really loved it. But I didn't get enough of people. I ended up a lot of the times behind a screen, but I still love having that background. It's why I run a book club. I get to
Yeah.
use all
Yeah.
those skills. I come every week with a Google sheet full of questions, and I have
Good for you.
polls and a Facebook group that I run for it. I'm taking it out on my friends now.
Good for you. Stephanie, I can tell you are just genuinely happy, and I really am excited about that. Just you love what you're doing, you get to do what you do, and you get to help people. It's all blended beautifully together for you. So kudos to you,
Thank you
Steph.
so much.
No worries. So number 3, Stevie Nicks, Taylor Swift, and John Batiste. They all dominate your Spotify. Of those 3, I'm going Stevie Nicks every time. I think of that scene from Jack Black when the principal of the school just starts busting out in Edge of 17, and Jack Black is trying to convince her to go on a music-related field trip. So Stevie Nicks every time of those 3. You just schooled me, speaking of School of Rock, you just schooled me on, before we started recording, who John Batiste is, because I am not very cool at all. But thank you for telling me all about John Batiste. I will check him out. Has that list changed? Has those 3 artists, do they still dominate the list, or what are you listening to right now?
Oh, 100%. All 3 of them. I would probably add Zach Bryan, just a little bit of country in there. And then Phineas and Ferb, because of my daughter. That is constantly in my top most listened, especially the song Backyard Beach. Highly recommend. It at least has a good beat. Sometimes she jumps on the indoor trampoline and just goes to it.
Vibes
out. But I can't say I listen to that solo, but yeah.
There you go. So number 4, on your website, you say that you've been referred to as, quote, that chatty girl over there, and that you're proud of it. So what is the story behind that?
Oh yeah, I just love to talk. In school, I was always moved around, unfortunately. I still did well. I just liked to talk to my friends, and not much has changed. It's something I also bring to a lot of my sessions, which is really nice. As I said, I was a project manager for 10 years. Really, my whole job was to make people feel comfortable and to keep things moving and to keep things organized. And a lot of times that means a lot of conversation and a lot of questions and reminding myself to listen.
That is a skill for sure. So thank you for sharing all of that. And that actually leads me to my next question. You not only take those incredible photos that capture those special moments, but you also make the experience fun for your families. How so?
We do a lot of play, especially when there are families with younger kids involved. All of my sessions are filled with like movement and laughter and games. And sometimes I bring bubbles, and it's more just about finding the way to bring out real smiles as opposed to stand there and say cheese. I want that laughter that comes when you're chasing your kid and they turn around and stare at you. The ability to like capture childhood feels really important to me because it brings out that nostalgia, even when you're looking at a photo right now. That's what I want to relive when I look at a photo of my family growing up. I want to remember when we did that. That was so fun. And I don't know, when people are in front of my camera, I want to recreate that.
I love that. What kind of photo shoots do you specialize in?
So yes, definitely around family. So maternity, newborn, family photos, senior photos. And then I also do brand photography, which is, it's not headshots. We have an hour-long meeting, talk about your goals for your business, and then we spend another hour together where I'm taking photos of you and whatever you do and bringing life into a photo. So you can use them in your website and someone can say, hey, that feels like me, not just a photo of you.
To our listeners, besides supporting a sponsor of the Life in Attleboro podcast, why should someone choose you the next time they want to capture some special moments or mark that occasion?
Because I think when you get the photos back, you're going to look at those and say, yeah, that's my family. I'm going to get all those in between moments. I actually had a family photo shoot a little while ago where it was mom and she had 2 younger kids, and then she had a 9-year-old. And she always said, my 9-year-old tends to freeze up a little bit in front of in front of a camera, and he's not as affectionate. So I did their whole shoot. And then as I'm walking away, I always turn around for those last photos. And I got one of him like in his mom's arms, giving her a hug. And it was sweet. And it's that kind of thing where I'm like, I know what my daughter does. And I know sometimes she freezes up too in front of people. So if I can just sneak those last few, And I will tell you that the last photos are always the best photos. It's that time where the kids are like, okay, we just had fun. Like, we feel really good. Those first photos are like, oh no, I'm in front of a camera.
Yeah.
And I always just try to bring it like full circle. Like, we started and it might be hard, but at the end, like, that was fun, right? And even the dads agree.
There you go. That's the tough part right there.
Yes.
Feel like they're getting dragged out to some photo shoot.
Absolutely. And at the end, they're like, wow, that wasn't bad. I'm like, thank you. To me, that's 5 stars.
Amen. That is next level awareness right there, Stephanie, turning around at the last second to capture those authentic moments. Boom. So if someone wants to book a session with you, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
They can go to my website, stephanieweggeman.com, or Instagram, Stephanie Weggeman Photography.
Beautiful. Is there anything else that you'd like the people of Attleboro to know?
Just that everyone is welcome in front of my camera, and I hope to see them soon.
Stephanie Weggeman of Stephanie Weggeman Photography, thank you so much for being a sponsor and a guest on the Life in Attleboro podcast.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. What a great woman and great photographer. If you'd like to book your next photo shoot with Stephanie, you can find the link to her website in the show notes of this episode. Hey, I want to tell you about our new sponsor, Weggeman Accounting Services. If you're a small business owner, you know how much of a hassle it can be to keep track of every penny earned and every penny spent. But thankfully, Weggeman Accounting Services is on a mission to heal your headaches and fizzle your frustration when it comes to crunching those pesky numbers. Weggeman Accounting Services has helped local businesses for more than 7 years. That's when Nicole Weggeman, a proud mother of twin girls, launched her business. She's a QuickBooks Pro advisor with tons of awards to her name. If you mention the Life in Attleboro podcast, you'll get 10% off for your first 6 months. If you'd like to support a small business owner in our city, just tap the link in the show notes of this episode and Nicole will be in touch. Weggeman Accounting Services. A great bookkeeper should be an asset, not an expense. More than 1,200 people have signed up for the Life in Attleboro email list. We send one email every Friday. It includes exclusive offers from our sponsors, early access to every new podcast episode, and you'll stay in the know about cool events in our great city. Just go to lifeinattleboro.com and you'll see the sign-up display right there on the homepage. You'll also see the sign-up button at the top of our Life in Attleboro Facebook page. And if you know someone who would make a great guest on our podcast, please shoot us an email at lifeinattleboro@gmail.com. Life in Attleboro is a great thing. Support our community, promote positivity, and make a stranger smile. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next episode of the Life in Attleboro podcast.